The Walking Dead Comic Issue 1. This is not good, as a madman is shooting and pinning the cops behind their vehicle. One of the officers tries to maneuver around the gunman to surround him, but Rick gets shot alone. Rick wakes up on a hospital bed. Rick tries to stand and walk, but as he fell to the floor and he screams out, "Nurse!" but no one answers. Rick somehow made his way back onto his feet. Hello? Hello? Anybody? As he makes his way to the elevator and out popped out a corpse. Rick screams, "Help! Somebody help! Anybody!" Rick trying to figure out what the hell's going on here. Where are the hospital staff? As he approaches double doors that is being held close together with a piece of hardwood, as he wonders what is behind the door. Corpses. Rick is startled as these corpses keep walking towards him. He tells them to stay away, please stay away, as one grabs on hold of him and tumbles down the stairs. Rick lands on top of the corpse, snapping his neck as the other corpses are walking towards him. He closes the double doors with his belt, trying to figure out what he has witnessed. He finds a vehicle, but it's locked. As he walks out of the hospital, he sees a crashed car with a dead corpse spilling out of the vehicle. He notices a bicycle. As he goes to pick it up, he gasps for what he saw. A decaying corpse who is still alive. Startled, a single tear comes out of Rick's eyes. As Rick is walking away, he falls to the ground. Oh God. As he wipes his tears, he rides off. As he gets to his house, he finds it in an abandoned state. He enters his home. He goes from room to room. Nothing. He enters his backyard. A shovel hit to the head. A kid cries out for his dad. The father shows up, letting his son know that the man is alive and not one of those things. As Rick wakes up, the father greets him and invites him to eat. As Rick comes down, the father apologizes for his son, but he thought he was one of those things. As Rick interrupts him, saying, "Things? You mean those monsters at the hospital? What is going on here?" The father tries to calm him down, saying, "Wait a minute," realizing that Rick has no clue about any of this. As the father goes on to explain to Rick about the situation, that the media shut down after a few weeks and little information has come since, but the last broadcast asked the public to relocate to larger cities that they can be better protected there. As Rick realizes that he has in-laws in Atlanta, that is probably where his wife went. As the father says, with a side eye, "Yeah, I'm sure they're fine." As Rick gets up and says, "I'm going to need a car if I'm going to Atlanta. Want to go shopping?" Rick takes the father to the police station as he figures out that Rick was a cop. He asks Rick he doesn't mind if him and his son are staying in his neighborhood. Rick informs him he ain't going to arrest him. If anything, it's justified because he is trying to keep his son safe. As they both shake hands, they find out each other's names. Officer Rick Grimes and Morgan Jones and Little Dwayne. Rick cracks a smile after having a moment with Morgan. He felt guilty as Morgan lets him know it's okay. He has seen some crazy stuff out there. We just have to keep it together. He turns on the light and reveals the gun and ammunition storage. As they go outside, Rick tells Morgan to take one of the officer's cruisers just in case he needs to make a getaway. As Rick takes the other one to hopefully make it to Atlanta, Rick hears something. It's one of those monsters. As Rick was about to shoot, Morgan stops him. Morgan says it's better to save the ammo, that he can't get through the gate. Rick says, "Yeah, you're right," and they all take off. As Rick drives off, he returns to the spot where he recovered the bike. He sees the decaying corpse still alive there in the brushes. Rick pulls out his gun, stares at the decaying corpse, and pulls the trigger. As Rick wipes the tears from his eyes, he gets in the car and drives off.